This is the recipe for better than salt dough. Dough that can be baked to make keepsakes. 1 cup of baking soda, half a cup of cornstarch, 3/4 of a cup of water. Place the mixture in the saucepan and cook until it forms a ball. Get as much of the moisture out of it as possible by cooking it on top of the stove, and then let it cool in a wrapped or damp cloth. Once it's cool, knead the dough, add cornstarch until it's no longer sticky. Roll it out to 1/4 of an inch thick and imprint with stamps or hands. Get creative. Make sure you put a hole in your creation if you want to hang it. Bake it at 175, flipping it half the way through. That would be 30 minutes, and then 30 minutes on the other side for a total of 1 hour. Enjoy! Today we're going to make a salt dough recipe. Salt dough is sort of like Play-Doh that you cook, and when you make things out of it, you can keep them for a long period of time. So what you need to make salt dough is a cup of baking soda, a half a cup of cornstarch. You're going to need a mixing bowl, and 3/4 of a cup of water. So let's add those ingredients now. And stir it up. Now that we have the water and the baking soda and the cornstarch mixed, we're going to pour it in a saucepan. Make sure you get all of it. We're going to heat it up until it starts getting thick. Okay, I've been stirring continuously, and as you can see, it's starting to get thick. And when it forms a ball, we'll stop. So this is our dough. This is what it looks like. It's really hot. I just took it out of the pan. You have to cover it with a wet cloth, or a damp cloth, I should say, and let it sit until it's cool enough to touch once it cools. But if you need enough cornstarch into it, it's a pretty nice dough, and it feels pretty much like Play-Doh. And I'm not sure if it's better than salt dough, but it says it is. And you can use cookie cutters to cut things out, but make sure before you bake you add a hole so you can hang it with a string. This is a really nice soft dough for you and your children to use. The worst part about it is you have to cook it on top of the stove, but I will also include a recipe for salt dough. This is better than salt dough. So that's just the name of it, better than salt dough. Salt dough you don't actually have to cook, and your kids could make all the ingredients, mix everything themselves. These are especially good for imprinting and using cutouts for cookie cutters and things like that. The dough should be about 1/4 of an inch thick when you roll it out, and make sure you put the hole in top so that you'll be able to hang them. I hope you enjoyed this craft. Try it yourself.